Back-to-back update and information as see the hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you go be the first. Go collect them. You don't share and make we go down to the information straight. Will be say, nine carry me come here. No time to waste time. Because if we begin to waste time must to go. Nnamdi Kanu must be released. Ohanezendigbo worldwide vows. Okay. Me, I always say, talking sin no be doing sin. It's not by talking saying he must be released. He must be released. This is getting to 3 years now, and nothing has been done. There has been no proper protest from the said Ohanezendigbo. There has been no proper appeal. There has been no proper, face-to-face talk with the president of Nigeria to see how best things can be done so that Nnamdi Kanu can be released and things will come back to normalcy in Igbo land. Of course, you know that Igbo land was once a peaceful place. Like those days, why the no Mwaka, we hear some stories of bandits, eye swap, headers, all those things. And sometimes we hear it in Burundi, we hear it in Congo, Kinshasa, we hear it in Saudi Arabia, we hear it in Libya. And at a time, we started around 2002. 2002 from up, we started hearing the news of Boko Haram story, this and that, and the rest of them. And around coming close to 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, around 2012, the story become enormous. It become glaring that something huge is coming into Nigeria. And we started hearing the story around maybe Sahara Desert, Kaduna, Katsina, Kanu, and the rest of them. And it was like, okay, these things are happening in the north. It has nothing to do with the southeastern part of Nigeria. And now, these days, the places we hear these stories now are right in our doorstep, in the doorstep of Ndibo, right in their doorstep, right in their domot. Sometimes you hear in Enugu how herdsmen sent how many people to judgment. You hear it in Anambra. You hear it in Ebonyi State. Now, the issue of unknown government and the rest of them is happening right inside our mouth, right inside our nose. And Ohanezendigbo and the governors in the southeastern part of Nigeria are taking it lightly because maybe somehow it has not yet affected each and every one of them. And there is this saying that he that lives in a glass house does not throw stones. And because Ohanezendigbo don't know that they are actually living in a glass house, and they thought that throwing stone is actually the best thing for them to do for themselves, or maybe because they have the access to travel outside the country. Their children are outside the country. Most of their investment, even if their house here are destroyed, they still have the way without to be able to purchase another one and the rest of it. And even the governors, their families are not here, their children are not here, they are studying abroad in the schools of their choice and the rest of them. But forgetting that somehow, ometutimi oge metutakwa anya. And onu kucha ebubilisi onu esolia. Meanwhile, make we go to the full details of what Ohanezendigbo is saying. The Apex Igbo Cultural Organization, Ohanezendigbo Worldwide, on Friday said it is making frantic effort to secure the release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. The President General of Ohanezendigbo, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, made this known during the grand finale of the 2023 Igbo Day celebration held at Michael Okpara Square, Independent Layout, Enugu. Chief Iwanyanwu also said that though he believed that there is a marginalization of Ndigbo in Nigeria, he is seeing a bright future for Ndigbo. He said that after a series of research, briefly after his inauguration as PG of Ohaneze, He saw that Ndi Igbo are blessed with abundant natural resources such as coal, limestone, and gas. Lamenting against the prevailing insecurity in the southeast, Iwanyanwu said Ohaneze would not sit and watch somebody who is sojourned abroad to ruin Igbo land with thoughtless sit-at-home order. The leadership of Ohaneze and other leaders in southeast have been engaging the federal government for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whose reported health condition attracts with sympathy. We will not rest until we secure his release, even though the court of jurisdiction has discharged and acquitted him, but the federal government refused to release him. Speaking at the event at Abuja Mogul, an Abuja Mogul businessman, Engineer Ato Eze, who was the chairman of the grand finale of the 2023, expressed the belief that Kanu's release will check insecurity in the southeast and ensure that Igbo economic thrives unhindered. He said that no amount of effort put in place to secure Kanu's release will be too much, and therefore urged the Ohanezendigbo leadership not to rest on their oars until the goal is achieved. Indeed, no number of meetings with the federal government or political consultations on the matter will be too much, he implored. Eze, who said that it has been established that Ndi Igbo face marginalization in Nigeria, pointed out that the marginalization and injustice should be addressed through dialogue rather than taking up arms. He said that the only way to achieve this is to continually engage the federal government on the need to give Ndi Igbo their due and fair share in Nigeria, pointing out that when this is done, insecurity and restiveness in southeast geopolitical zone will be curtailed. Ato Eze also called on southeast governors to put in more energy and time to create conducive atmosphere necessary for commerce to thrive in Igbo land. I urge the newly inaugurated governors as well as the older ones to put more energy and time aimed at creating a conducive atmosphere necessary for commerce to thrive in the southeast Nigeria. Although already insecurity has unleashed monumental misfortune upon the southeast economy, if the governors fail to do something urgent to arrest the current financial and human capital fight currently experienced in southeast, the trend will do an irreparable damage to the prosperity of the people. He said and urged the governors to create employment opportunities for our teeming youth as a way of reducing insecurity in the region. He equally called on the President Tinubu to accommodate more Igbos in his administration to avoid the cry of marginalization which most Igbos perceive is prevalent against them in Nigeria. The ceremony attracted the governors of Enugu State, Anambra State, while Ebonyi and Imo were represented by their deputies. Former Minister Chris Ngejofri Onyema were among the prominent Igbo leaders that graced the occasion. Meanwhile, I want to touchlight what Ohanezendigbo said concerning the issue of making the southeastern geopolitical zone a thriving commerce environment for business people. Now, the governors, I will say that the governors in the southeast they lack foresight, except the one that is in Umuahia now, Oti, who is actually, I think he's trying his best, maybe because this is his first turn or because normally some of them does the same thing. But let's keep looking and see how the turnout of event is going to be, if he is actually going to make Abia State a better place as he has promised, and also as a Labour Party candidate, or whether he is going to work according to the promise. I think I believe that Oti is there also. Let me talk on the issue that concerns what is his name, P2B. I think if Oti will do well, that will show that Labour Party is ready to take over the nation. And I think IPOB are human beings and also reason. And the issue of this chaos that is currently going on is because of marginalization. And if the government will be able to sort the issue of marginalization and balance, let the equation of governmental system in the country be balanced in the sense that it will not be like my people, like what is happening in Nigeria, a system of government. When Hausa people enters, they carry all their people. When Yoruba people enters, they carry all their people. If things should be balanced, and I believe that this crying for marginalization, I think it will go down because nobody likes losing. Nobody likes losing at all. Meanwhile, let me wind down the curtain here. And I think if Southeast governors are sensible enough, they should be thinking towards railway like they have said. My own is like talking is not doing, is not just saying it. Are they going to do it? Thank you for listening. God bless you.